Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Adrenaline Seek. In today's episode, we're going to be going over fixed versus mechanical broadheads. So today, I have two sets of broadhead here. I have the Rek HXP 2.25 cutting diameter mechanical, and then I also have the Rek FX4s. These are a fixed blade broadhead, 4-blade. And we're just going to be kind of talking about the pros and cons of each. I use these in different situations. I use both of them. So yeah, let's get into it, dive into which one works best for what scenario. So starting out talking about a mechanical. Obviously mechanicals have grown over the years. They've gotten advanced technology. They've gotten better. And that's the same thing with these Reks. These things are awesome. And the way I like to use these is if I'm hunting whitetail, if I'm hunting pigs, anything where I'm probably more than likely going to be sitting and waiting for that animal, I like to shoot a mechanical, and I like to shoot these HXPs. The reason is these are going to fly really great. I can shoot, up to 100 yards like I do with my field points. They fly really well. And then also they're going to leave a massive hole, especially with the slap cut that these HXPs have. They just leave a devastating hole, and I like that. I like a good blood trail. I hate following specks of blood. I want a massive blood trail. So if I'm sitting still, say I'm hunting whitetails, pigs, maybe like a black bear out of a tree, something like that, I really like the mechanicals, just for I get a better hole, I get probably a little bit better arrow flight, better tracking job, all that sort of deal, and I don't have to worry about the broadhead coming open. So kind of switching to a fixed blade broadhead, I really like to use these FX4s if I'm spotting and stalking. Spot and stalk, I'm going to shoot a fixed blade broadhead, and because a lot of times spotting and stalking, you don't get a great clear shot. Sometimes you're shooting through grass, sometimes you're shooting through tree limbs, whatever it may be. I think that these Reks the HXPs do a great job at staying closed. I don't think they come open, but I think if you hit grass or you touch the limb or something with them, they would. Where these FX4s, you don't got to worry about it. So that's kind of the number one reason I like to shoot a fixed blade when I'm spotting and stalking, is I don't have to worry about them coming open when shooting through brush, grass, whatever it may be. Also, spot and stalk, a lot of times I'm on my hands and my knees, I'm in grass, I'm using my bow to crawl, I have an arrow nock, that sort of deal, and I just like in the back of my mind not having to worry about mechanical coming open or that sort of deal. So that's why I like the fixed blades for spot and stalking. Another scenario I might use them for, elk. That's a big controversy. It really kind of depends on the country that I'm in, terrain-wise, whether I would shoot the mechanical or the fixed blade at them. I know I've heard kind of my whole life is if you're going elk hunting, you got to shoot a fixed blade. Well, I'm telling you, I would send an HXP at one, no problem, no issue, and I know it would do the job as long as I hit it where I needed it to. But it would kind of depend, like I said, on terrain, where, is it thick, is it a lot of aspens, is it open? It just kind of depends. I would shoot both of these at an elk, but if it's going to be thick, a lot of aspens, crawling through some grass, I'd go, like I said, with the fixed blade. If it's going to be kind of open, maybe some longer shots, a lot of rock, that type of deal, I would probably, maybe shoot the mechanical. But obviously they both have their pros and their cons. Both of these broadheads do have the big chisel tip on the front, and I love that. I love a chisel tip to punch through bone. If you hit something solid, it's going to shatter that bone and just keep going. Actually, the other evening I shot a pig in the front shoulder. This pig was quartered to me, and I stuck it at that knuckle with this mechanical, and it blew through him, came out the backside, giant hole. And if anybody's ever shot pigs before, they are a tough animal, and they have a thick shoulder on them, and it just busted through. Same thing with FX4s. big chisel tip. You're going to blow through bone, penetrate really, really well. And that's another thing, these FX4s, they fly super great. Not saying you have to shoot Rek. I do recommend them. I believe, in my personal opinion, these are the best on the market. But you know, find you a mechanical that you like, that flies well and does what you want it to, and then find you a fixed blade that flies well and does what you want it to also. Obviously, like I said, there's pros and cons. You can go back and forth all day of this situation, that situation, but that's kind of how I like to break it down on whether I'm going to shoot a mechanical or a fixed blade, is what style of hunting am I doing. I think a mechanical can take down any size, you know, North American species. I don't necessarily base it off the size of the animal that I'm going after. I know some people do. I just base it off of what conditions am I in, what's the most practical, what in the back of my mind am I not going to have to worry about, you know, when the moment's coming, is a blade open, or, you know, whatever. So be sure to check out Rek. You can use our code. I will drop it on the screen right now. Use that code. That'll get you 20% off Rek broadheads. Like I said, my personal opinion, these things just cut and they penetrate like nobody's business. I've shot a lot of broadheads, I really have, and I will shoot these until I can't anymore, till they stop making them or whatever. But this is my broadhead choice. Be sure to check them out. But yeah, finding you a good mechanical to shoot, finding you a fixed blade to shoot, stick to what you're comfortable with and what you're confident in. What you're confident in is always going to be better than, you know, hearsay or, oh, this is the new fad. Shoot what you're confident in, and you're going to have success. Shot placement's key. But yeah, that is kind of my choice when it comes to a mechanical versus a fixed. I shoot them both. They both fly really well, so why not? But yeah, be sure to check out Rek. Until next episode, keep seeking.